So the first thing we're going to talk about is, hang on guys, putting my password in. All right, the bike is on. So the first couple of things, hey everybody, RV Enthusiast here, nice seeing you again. So I've got the Insta360 on the front of the bike, and we're gonna go here. I'm not gonna take you on the same portion that you saw a few days ago. I'm gonna cut this video short, and then we're gonna catch up at that bridge. And then from the bridge, I'm gonna go over the same spots I went a few videos back, just so we can see the quality differences of these lenses compared to the old lenses. Just want you to see that. And then hopefully next week we'll be back to just kind of normal riding. All right, so like I said, I'm not gonna let you hear all this up until then, so we'll just cut it short for now. Then we'll catch back up on some talk in a minute. So we made it to the bridge. I'm just recording this again just because it's fun. And then on the other side of the bridge, we'll start afresh and new. So hopefully you guys are hanging with me here. So one of the things I noticed, the camera's probably not showing it, or the way it's going to be edited won't show it. But on this bridge, and everything's so wide 360 view, you don't probably see the sway of the camera. But the camera's bouncing a bit, and I've got it tied as tight as I can. And yeah, so let's just see how things go. We're gonna come up to here, and now we're gonna start fresh. So from this point on is all new video from the other day. So this is also, just so you guys know, this is shot in 4K, but it's auto edited to about 1080p, but I'm uploading it at 4K to YouTube. So it should be better than just standard 1080. But when we get to the little neighborhood I want to travel around just for that, just for what we're doing, I'm going to put the boost camera on, or the boost lens on, and then we'll see how good the quality is in the 4K portion of the video. All right. So I'm gonna ding her. Obviously paying attention to what she's doing, not listening to me. So that's okay. Good thing I wasn't coming up on her fast. Temperature's in the 60s. It's a really nice morning. I think we're about 9:30, and yeah, I think we're around 66 degrees or so. This is certainly a fast bike. Certainly a fast bike. All right, we're getting some sprinkles here. Don't like that. But now we're in the neighborhood. So I'm going to pull over here into the shade and set things up. And then we'll start over. Then we'll start fresh. Right. So we are now resuming the trip. I'm going to get off this sidewalk here in a minute. So I just changed over the boost lens to the boost lens. Now we're recording in 4K 30, and we are about to see how well this camera does compared to the old cameras. So beautiful day, very similar to the other day. Similar time, morning. So it's just feels really good. Feels really good. Yeah, so parking lot of the school's a little fuller than it was the other day. And we'll take one trip around it just like we did the other day, because this is kind of the asphalt I compared to, because I was going slower like this. And we can see how good the asphalt is, the no parking, red fire lane. Yeah, so this is it's look at how beautiful, man. It's a really nice area to ride in. As you know, mine's I don't have a lot of houses. I got big houses and a lot of property, but not a lot of houses around where I live. I think there's a dozen of us, and then there's about maybe a dozen older homes. So this little community is kind of nice to ride in. It's because there's not a lot of people around. It's kind of bike friendly. And it's only, you know, 1.5 miles or 2 miles from the house. Yeah, so pretty good. So we'll go this way. Let's pull up in here. People are playing. We'll just drive by, not focusing on kids or anything. Same parking lot. Interesting. Yeah. So the ride is nice, man. The camera's nice. I like everything about it so far. I haven't found anything that I hate. It's too bad the iPhone and the reason, you know, the audio will turn off when the camera's on, and I got it on the phone, is the camera wants to use both Wi-Fi, its own, and Bluetooth. And so I think it using Bluetooth, my hearing aid using Bluetooth, and doing the microphone. The three competing or something, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll keep practicing and figuring it out until we get it right. I don't really care that I can't turn it on and off when I'm riding. It doesn't matter really. On the 360 camera, you know, because I have to reach out for it and stuff like that, it's a little bit different, and it'd be nice to have that feature turn off and on, because it's a distance from you, and being able to record voice while I turn that on and off, that's a little bit helpful, but it's not something that I absolutely have to have. Yeah, so the Magicycle, man, this thing is it's such a nice bike. I know I got a bunch of gadgets on the front. Let me explain some of them to you. This is my bell. I had to replace the bell when I got the hydraulic brakes put on, because there was no bell that was on the hydraulic brakes, so I changed those out. So that's my new bell. This up here is a rear view camera. I don't use it often. In fact, it's dead. It's been dead for probably 1.5 months or 2. And it's dead because I have the mirror on the side that really does most of the work anyway. It's the yeoman of my rear view viewing. I gotta go up a little bit more speed. I am using PAS 1 through 9 or 0 through 9, and I'm on 3 right now. I think I have them set at about 10% increments. And I am going to change those. I'm not such a great fan of having 9 different settings. I'd really rather have a low, kind of a low medium, medium, high. You know, maybe 5 would be good, because I think this is too many. So we got the display here. We have my phone here. And the phone holder is Kewig, K-E-W-I-G. I watch several YouTubers, and this was off of, if you guys ever heard of Sir Ronster, he's a pretty famous Sir Ron wheelie guy. I saw his, and I liked it. So I got it because it's very simple to use. It holds real well. On and off is very easy. And then the other thing we have in front right here is a Bluetooth speaker. The Bluetooth speaker is from Magicycle. They sent it, and I've used it a couple of times. I don't use it often because I YouTube. But it's a nice speaker. And then you see here, this is the Insta Invisible, the Insta360 Invisible selfie stick. And then right down here, this is the microphone receiver. The transmitter of that is on me, so it's wireless between me and it. And then let's pull over and talk a little bit about some of the things I have here, just so you can see on this particular bike. So on this bike, we have the Michow mirrors. I do have Magicycle mirrors. I did buy them and put them on another bike that I have that has a struggle with mirrors. So here, I'm going to tip you down a little bit. So we got the Michow mirrors. These are the standard grips, the bell, the rear view camera, and that's the camera mod right there. The microphone, the phone. This is a throttle right here, gear shifter right here. The reflector comes down here. I moved it up here because I put this little extra bar on to give me room to add things to the Magicycle. And like I said, this is the Insta360. Here's the little grip holder for the 360 that I use. I have a Magicycle's front rack on it. I did modify the rack. Made a mistake trying to modify it this way to get it on, but modified it straight down the center. Now my lines come in. I can take this off in 5 minutes. So that's nice. I haven't moved the light up to the front of this because I want it taken off, on and off. I do have the Tektro hydraulic brakes. Thank you, Magicycle. I appreciate that. What else? Oh, this little bag right here is all my GoPro stuff that I use when I'm riding. So that's where the extra camera is. That's where not camera, but the extra lens for the Insta360 is. That's where the extra batteries are. Some other mounts, GoPro style mounts. That's where I keep the microphone stuff when I'm not using it. This is 26-inch by 4-inch tire. Fat tire bike, and this is their dark blue one. This is the standard cruiser. It's not the step through. So this is one of their original bikes. This is not their this is not the Pro. Looks just like the Pro. The difference is now on mine would be I've got the air front suspension. I typically keep my suspension locked out. So that is not an issue at all to me. And it's got 750 watts, the 86 nanometers of torque. They now are coming with 96 nanometers of torque. This is torquey enough. It'd be nice to have more torque, but this is fine. I did, thank you again, Magicycle. I put the splash guard on front. So that works real nice. And what else do we have here? I think that is about all the ads I have on it. So yeah, really nice bike, man. Really nice bike. All right, let's get back on it and ride around some more. We're on this circle. So I know people look at you like you're kind of an idiot, but I don't care. Shit. Oh, by the way, talk about a little bit of something else. So a couple months ago, I got the Medicare card in the mail, and I was like, all right. So I sat it on the table forever, and then I kept getting all this Medicare stuff from 900 different companies, right? And I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. So finally, I got one from my healthcare provider. I can't think of that name. I wanted to say doctor, but I don't have doctor. I just have healthcare provider, which is Kaiser. And Kaiser sent me a package, which I, with all the others, decided to throw away. So I threw all that away, and then I got a call from Kaiser, and it said toll-free. I didn't answer it, and then I thought, later on I called it back because I was going to, I figured it's spam. So I'm going to call spam back and say, hey, no, I don't need a new warranty on my car, because I like playing the game with them too. They want to play the game with me, I'll waste their time. So it wasn't them, it was Kaiser actually. And then I thought, well, it may be Kaiser, but maybe it's a third party trying to get you to buy something. So I talked to them a little bit, and they said, no, here's what it is. And we are Kaiser. I do work for Kaiser. I'm not a third party person. And okay. So I said, well, I know I'm going to take Part A and B. Part B for Medicare is $170.10. And I said, all my friends say take it, so said you'd hate to just be singly insured and then have catastrophic something happen to you, and then you're responsible for a big chunks of money. And okay. So I was going to take A and B anyway, because that's how it comes. If you don't respond, you get A and B. So I wasn't going to respond. I was going to take A and B. And in talking to the Kaiser people, they were like, okay, well, for A and B, we have 2 options. All right, what's the options? And he said, option 1 is you take option 1, and doesn't cost you anything more because you're now senior. It doesn't cost you any more, and all of your co-pays will go down significantly. So on this, you'll pay, say typically you're paying $250 for in-hospital care, or $500 or whatever. So if you take option 1, it's 0. And then like different things take, from $50 copay to 0 copay, from a $25 copay to 0 copay. So I'm like, okay, I get that. And then they said number 2 is, if you take number 2, the copays are a little more. Okay. So he gave me the numbers, like the in-hospital was, I think he said it was $250, and it would go down to $200. So that's not a great reduction, but again, it's not a ton of money either. And then he said, like some of the others, like emergency goes from 50 to 20 or 25, and okay, that's good. That's a good reduction, but 0's better. He said the good thing about 2, he goes, you pay your $170.10 to the federal government for your Medicare Part B, and we cut you a check back for that amount. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. I said, so what happens to my original healthcare plan? He goes, nothing. It stays the same. We don't take more money out of it or anything. That number stays the same. Whatever you're paying now, you'll pay in the future. Okay. And I said, so I have to, out of my Social Security, $170.10 comes out, and you're going to give me a check every week for $170.10. And he said, yes. And I said, well, to be honest, I don't go to the hospital for every little thing. I don't go to the hospital much. So if I don't go to the hospital much, why would I not take that one? Because if you think about that, $170, that's $1,700. That's about $2,000 a year that I would be paying in Medicare Part B. to hopefully have some reduced, what do you call those, co-pays. I'd rather take that money, and if I don't have any problems for 2 more years, you know, I got $4,000 now to pay those co-pays. So I think it's smarter. At least in my position, it's smarter, and that's what I'm going to do. So I start getting that. Just tell you how old I am. I start getting that October 1st. So my birthday's in October. So October 1st, I will get Medicare because I'm in that 65-year-old month. So that's kind of cool. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult in trying to figure all that out. But Kaiser really helped me out in saying, you know, do this and do that. If you're staying with Kaiser, now if I go away from Kaiser, you know, all that drops, and then I have to kind of start over with the new care, whatever it is. But I'm not going to do that. I'm staying with Kaiser. The only thing I don't like about Kaiser, I'll be honest with you, is that we used to have, well, we have their premium dental plan, their preferred, and you used to be able to go to any dentist you wanted outside of the network or in network, but outside. So I had a preferred dentist that I really liked. And then Kaiser said, nope, it's got to be in-house. I don't like in-house Kaiser dental. They do a good job. I'm not complaining about the work they do. But what I'm complaining about is how you got to set it up. Oh, I got to call them when I want a dentist, and you can only call within 90 days, and blah, blah, blah. I just don't like doing all that. I like it to be blind and self-set up. My other dentist, I didn't have to set anything up. Every time I had a dentist appointment, they'd call me and say, hey, you got a dentist appointment. Hey, you got a cleaning. So, okay, cool. So I like that better, and I liked them better. They were just nice people. So, not that Kaisers aren't nice, they are nice, but it's just easier to me on the other plan. And I'm talking about that because the old dentist, who I haven't had for years now, text everybody on their phone list and said, hey, our phones are out, so just want you to know we're working on it to get it fixed. I'm like, I'm not a patient. So, all right, I'm gonna head out of here. I think I've talked enough, and I think we're gonna let's head out the same way we came in. And what we'll do is I will put the 360 lens back on, and I think I want to go up over. Now let's just keep this one on. I'll show you the bridge again from a high point. What I want to do is I want to hold the Insta360 lens up as I go over the bridge, so we'll look down on the bridge. I think that would be pretty cool. But we'll do that some other time. All right, here we go. I'm gonna turn around. I want to go through that first. I'm not 100% familiar with the neighborhood. I thought I was actually heading out, but I guess not. I don't know what this is. I may as well go back and look. Alleyway. I kind of like that, actually. That was kind of nice. Okay, so the reason I'm keeping you on the camera and on my chest here is I'm going to try the hyperlapse function on the editing software. The other day I gave you a speed boost via my iMovie editor. This time I'm going to give you a speed boost through the 360 editor. It's supposed to be cooler, I think. It's supposed to give you like a blurred effect and stuff like that, like you're going through a hyperlapse or something. So I think that'll be kind of cool. So we'll do that here in a short. Yeah, on the bike, I showed you this bike because if you're interested in a Magicycle and you've come across my channel and you're looking at bikes, and you see I represent like 4 different manufacturers at this point in time. Those are the 4 that have offered to give me a bike in exchange for reviews from me. So this bike is probably, well, definitely the most powerful of all my bikes, and one of the most fun to ride. I enjoy riding this. I enjoy riding, real quickly, my hay bike too. That's a fun bike to ride. That is a fun bike to ride. The others I haven't had as long, so I don't get to ride those as much. Yeah, so. It's funny when you go past somebody, instead of jumping in line to get one behind the other, he just stands in the middle. And there were thistle on the side of the thing, and I know if I hit that thistle, I'd have thistle in my leg, and it would itch me all day, so I didn't want to hit that. So I came to a pretty close stop just so he would eventually finish his little conversation or whatever he's doing and get over. That's why I'm going to talk about my friend here. Russell, my friend. I don't know how you do it, man. Your path must be wider than this, because your people seem to be more intuitive about bikes. I mean, I've only met a few people on this road today, and both have acted like I wasn't even coming at them or I wasn't important. Kind of goofy. Yeah, I love this place, man. Oregon's beautiful. I will take you to some trestle bridges too. Some, not today, but I'll take you to some trestle bridges where they're old train track bridges, and some are pretty high. Not too far from me. I've talked to some people that are local here. I got to think of their name. Two Wheel Adventure. They're Oregonians who I think they have a YouTube channel. I don't know how active they are, but they've commented on my channel a couple of times. So, but they're he mentioned the one on it's called Dick Road. It's a train trestle. Well, I almost bought a house just maybe down 500 feet from that trestle, and the trestle's tall. It's really cool. The property was beautiful, but the house required a lot of work. And we had looked at it. I've probably said this in another video a few years ago, or maybe a year ago or so. We looked at it, awful hard look, and then we decided to get the one we got after seeing the one we got. So, all right, so now I'm gonna get across the street, and then I'll quit talking because I'm gonna hyperlapse all of Commercial Street. I'm gonna hyperlapse all of Commercial Street. I'll let you go. You can go, come. All right, now I'll go. All right, so no more talk till we're all the way at the end of the street. All right, so that was it. Hyperlapsed, pretty fun. a nice effect. And heading back towards the house. And that'll be the video for the day, guys. I appreciate you joining me. Hope the conversation didn't bore you too much. And we'll get back to another big ride coming up. I hope you can hear me still. It's a good test for the microphone because I am hauling and it's very noisy in my ears. All right, now we're back on my street. I think I'm gonna get some yard work done today. So real quick, if you can see my neighbor's barn he's putting up, the other day they had 2 trestles in the back and they were putting the front 2 trusses on, and it was a windier day and the front 2 trestles blew off. Let's see if I can go by it. I think that hole up in the corner, but they blew off and blew down just before we got here, my wife and I. And we were like, uh-oh. And they were climbing down to assess what happened. And now it's up. Anyway, if you look at his looks really wide. His is really wide and shorter than mine. So his is going to be for an airplane. I don't know what else he's going to put in there, but his is definitely for it's a hangar. But it looks cool. He's doing sticks. So he had his foundation poured and he's doing it just like his house. He said it's going to look like his house when he's done. And that's really cool. It's very expensive to do it that way. But that's his plan. I would think it's more expensive than the pole barn style. But you know, that's good, man. It looks great. Yeah, it looks really good. All right, so I thought I'd drop you back by here. I don't see any damage from their dropping the 2 trestles. All right, we are back home. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me on the ride. All right, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next episode.